traffic, I did not do it, etc. Denying responsibility does not make the problem go away. It's more likely to make you look unreliable and even dishonest. Although denial might take some of the immediate hit off you, it does little relieve the feelings of guilt and discomfort and even anxiety that comes when you know you should have taken responsibility for something you said or did. So you can think yourself that are you living above the line or below the line? So what is it? Above the line, it means responsibility, choices, power, freedom. It's all the above the line. And below the line is blaming others, justify, deny, quit. So when you live above the line, you are taking responsibility of yourself, and when you live below the line, it means that you are blaming others for your own mistakes, justifying your actions or denying them. Below the line, you act as if circumstances are beyond your control. It's not your fault. So you can create a huge shift in your life simply by taking responsibility for your actions and your attitude. Whatever is happening in the life, no one can change it. We are responsible for ourselves. Each moment we should think that whatever the actions, whatever the attitude, or whatever the thing we are doing, it's all depend. We are responsible for that thing. Now you can think in ink. In the conclusion, you can think that what was a recent situation where I took responsibility for a mistake I made. How did I feel? How would others view me if I always took ownership for my actions? So Amy Lake Mercury has very beautifully said the secret ingredients to true happiness. This is it, optimism and personal responsibility. So always take the responsibility of yourself. Never try to blame others. Whatever the actions, attitude, or anything we are doing, it's we all are the responsible for that. The secret of millionaire key 3: speak with good purpose. And it's very important because words can make you or the words can break you. So speak honestly and kindly. Don't manipulate others when something you want to tell. Try not to manipulate others. Think before you speak and make sure your intentions is positive and your words are sincere. Words are powerful. They can uplift and enlighten or put down, or they can or put down and depress you. A few cutting words spoken in a moment of anger can affect us for a long time. Sometimes the people can feel very hard if we ask also sorry for them. It's very difficult for them to give us the forgiveness. So when what we say to others and to ourselves can have a huge impact. Speaking with good purpose is about always considering the intentions of our words. So it's all about communicating directly, clearly, honesty, and with a positive purpose. So the first step, whenever you communicate with anyone, what we have to do, we have to be very aware that what we are speaking. If we always think before we speak, instead of just blurting out whatever comes to mind, we can learn to consider the reason for our words and make sure that we are speaking with good purpose. Will our words build someone up or put them down? So we all sometimes have negative thoughts, but we don't have to say everything what we think. Sometimes if there are a lot of thoughts in our mind, you don't need to express all the thoughts everywhere. Just what you can do, just you can write your thoughts and you can keep it in the diary, or you can tear the paper or anything. But all the time what you are thinking, you don't have to say everyone that my thought is this one and I cannot keep in my mind all the things. The words you speak can hurt someone or can heal someone. So it's always speak with a good purpose, because communication is a bridge between the people. It's the glue that hold relationships together. Your relationships thrive or fade depending on the quality of the communication between you and other person. So looks for the positive words. If you are going to say anything, looks for the positive words that build up, words that heal. Because it is said that in your dictionary, the word should always be good. If you are speaking anything good, if we are speaking, we should speak everything good. There are times when a few kind words make all the difference. Have you ever had someone whisper? Just you can just when you are speaking, just you can whisper some words and you can feel that how you are feeling if anyone has said you anything bad words or anything. So words really matter. So it's said that always we should try to speak how much good words we can say, and our communication must be very clear. We should not make others down or anything. A very beautiful story comes that there was a woman and a lawyer were seated next to each other on a flight from, we can say, from Orlando to New Jersey. The lawyer asked if she would like to play a fun game. The woman, tired, just wanted to take a nap, politely declined and rolled over to the window to catch a few winks. The lawyer persists and explains that the game is easy and a lot of fun, and it's nothing. He explained, I asked you a question. And if you don't know the answer, you pay me $5 and vice versa. Again, she declines and tries to get some sleep. Now you see what happened? The lawyer, now agitated, says, okay, if you don't know the answer, you pay me $5, and if I don't know the answer, I will pay you $500. Now what will happen? Women always try to collect the money, how much money they can collect it. This catches the woman's attention, and figuring there will be no end to this movement unless she agrees to the game. Now the lawyer asks the first question. What's the distance from the earth to the moon? Can you tell me, all of you? What's the distance from the earth to the moon? Any one of you? The woman does not reply, as you all cannot reply. So woman does not say a word, reaches to her purse, pull out a $5 bill and hands it to the lawyer. Okay, says the lawyer, now your turn, please give me. She asks the lawyer, what goes up a hill with 3 legs and comes down with 4 legs? The lawyer was puzzled, took out his laptop computer and searches all his references, but no answer. The question is, what goes up a hill with 3 legs and comes down with 4 legs? He taps into the earphone with his modem and searches the nets and Library of Congress. No answer. He was very frustrated. He sent to the email to his friend, to his co-workers, but nothing happened. After an hour, he wakes the woman and hands her $500. The woman said, thank you, sir, and turns back to get more sleep. The lawyer, who is more than a little, he became very much irritated, and he waked the woman and asked, well, what's the answer? Please tell me. Without a word, the woman again reaches into her purse, hands the lawyer $5 and goes back to the sleep. This is the story. So what's the story is, it's the communication all about. If our communication is not good, if we think that we are communicating, if we think that we are speaking good words and we want to manipulate others, we are so smart. No. If we are manipulating others or if we are not doing a good communication, we have a lot of loss also. In the same way like the man, like the lawyer. And now comes the fourth, the secret of millionaire, key for commitments. Make your dreams happen. Take positive action and follow your vision without wavering. Follow your vision without wavering. If you are fulfilling to do whatever it takes, you can change your life and literally change the world also. Some people are there, they always think that I have to change the other person, I have to do that, I have to change the other person. But first of all, if we have the good commitment that we will change ourselves first, then only we can change the world. So the question can arise, what fires you up? To harness the power of commitment, think about what you love passionately enough to give it all you have got. Then give it. Commitment can be spring from anything that inspires strong feelings. It can be motivated by something you just love to do, a deeply felt aspiration. If you're not sure, for example, what's your commitment or what's your goals, so what you can do, just think, go deep, really dig deep, think think long and hard, and be honest with yourself about what makes you tick, what really makes you feel happy, effective, and fulfilled. So what you can do, whatever the commitment you are keeping, just think that whatever the commitment I am keeping, I will keep that commitment. I will not break that commitment. So, what message do you like to receive from other people? We all like to receive positive, kind messages from others, messages that makes us feel good about ourselves. For example, you think there is two questions I'm asking you all. What is something a person said to me that made me feel really good about myself? Can you think of yourself that what is something a person said to me that made me feel really good about myself? And the second question you can ask to yourself, what is something I said to someone that made them feel really good? How did they respond? And Anthony Robbins said very beautifully said, the way we communicate with others and with ourselves ultimately determines the quality of our lives. How we communicate with others, how we go with others, it's all shows that from which family we are belonging, what kind of circle you all are keeping. There's all shows from your communication. See, body language is also very important. And the first part is communication, that how much the good words we are speaking or how much communication is our strong. The second comes, there was an number 5 is secret of the millionaire is the failure leads to success. Learn from mistakes, view failures as feedback, and that provides you with the information you need to learn, grow, and succeed. When we leave the key of failure leads to success, we see failure as feedback. We analyze them for everything we can learn from them. And to leave this key successfully, we may need to change the way we think about failure. Sometimes the people think that, oh, we are failed. Now we cannot do anything. If you go in the history and you see, in history, there are a lot of the people who had got failed and they are standing now as a very big person. You can see Thomas Edison threw his hands and gave up. After 9,999 failures, there would be no bulb. If Walt Disney quit too soon after his theme park concept was trashed 302 times, there would be no Disneyland. Harry Potter, the author J.K. Rowling stopped after being turned down by multiple publishers for years. Then also she got the success. We can see a lot of the examples of Winfrey, Steve Jobs, Michael Jordan, Albert Einstein. If we go in the history, we will see that a lot of the people got failed, then they got the succeed. So always try that if we are failed, it's not the ending, it's a starting. So if I say the word failure, what emotions does it bring to mind for you? Is it being the embarrassment, inadequacy, and not very positive thoughts? So when we hear the word failure, we have all sorts of association with the word, and most of them are negative. But why is that happening? Perhaps it because whenever an outcome does not match our positive expectation, we label it as a failure. And it happens all the time. We want an A, but we got a C. We want to win, but we came in second. We wanted yes, but the answer came no. We label them all failure. It means that we are failure, but it's not failure. Let's look at some consequences. That the failure are of two types we can see, external and internal. External consequences we can see that failed an exam, lost any tournament, missed an assignment deadline, forget about a plan with a friend, or you have not eaten well. This all are external consequences. Now you think yourself from the internal consequences. You just can think, I'm too stupid to get into the college. I'm not going to get a good college. I will never be any good at martial arts or any arts there can be. I'm so disorganized. My things are so disorganized. I cannot keep the things properly. I have such a pathetic memory. I have no willpower. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. This all are the internal consecution. So what you can do, so treat your failures as gifts. Whenever you fail, the universe has just handed you a piece of wisdom. Don't let it go to waste. So ask yourself, what happened, what did I learn, what went wrong, what will I do differently next time? The only time you have really failed is when you fail to learn from your mistakes. So it's Ralph Nader has said your best teacher is your last mistake. So always think that no, if I have failed, there is again new chance. Did I think about it and try to learn from my failure? How much I can learn from my failure so that I can get more success in the life again. I have remember in one quote I have read that in the quote it has been written, people almost read the books of a successful leaders that how the person becomes success, but there it was written that please read the books of the failures. If you read the books of the failures, you can have the more new concept that how can I deal with the problems. So failure leads to success. Now the sixth point came, the secret of millionaire key six is integrity. And integrity is very important. Lal Bahadur Shastri, every one of you have heard the name. Lal Bahadur Shastri, when Lal Bahadur Shastri was serving as a Prime Minister of India, he went to a textile mill. He requested the owner of the mill to show him some saris for his wife. The owner showed him some executive saris and very beautiful saris and all. When Sastriji asked a price, he found them too expensive. He asked for a cheaper saris also. The owner showed him cheaper saris, but Sastriji still found them expensive. The owner was surprised and told him that he need not worry about the prices, as he was the Prime Minister of India and it would be his privilege to give the saris to him as a gift. To his Shastriji, what replied? Lal Bahadur Shastri replied that he could not accept such expensive gifts and he would only take a sari that he could afford. He is Prime Minister of India, but he is an honest person. What is so this story shows us that we should always be very honest in every field of our life. So match behavior with values. How is our behavior? We should match with our values. Demonstrate your positive personal values in all you do and say, be sincere and real. Living with integrity is about always asking sure that our words, our actions aligns with our values. Values are the things we believe in, they define who we are, how we want to live our lives. Our values give meaning and depth to our lives. If we value family, we spend quality time with our family. If we value courage, we persist in the face of fear, threat, or difficulty. That's the integrity. And if we value the friends, if we value the outsiders, we spend more time with them. So the question is, what is the exactly value? The concept of integrity sounds very simple, but there is only one thing. Before we can follow our values, we need to ask ourselves a question: what do I value most? So, Indigo, what do you value most? Take a moment. You can think yourself that what you value most. In fact, why not what you can think more to your thoughts in the mind that what you value, or you can just Google the four personal values, because nowadays if any word is spoken and someone doesn't know, just they do the Google and the Google can give the good reply. You can also Google and just Google four personal values, and I will tell some short that achievement, adventure, caring, challenge, community, compassion, courage, creativity, and a lot of them can it can be. So these all are the values. Now you can ask yourself the question, how have I clearly defined my core personal values? What are they and how are they going to make me more fulfilled and joyful? Just write it down on your notes, everything, that what's my value, how they are going to impact me. When I think about my values and my behavior, it's accurate or it's not, it's reflecting my good behavior or it's not reflecting my good behavior. If someone who does not know me, observe me for a few days, what would my behavior say about me? If someone just met you and just you can think that what he is thinking of me, he's thinking good of me or he's thinking bad of me. Alan Cohen has said that you are in integrity when the life you are living on the outside matches who you are on the inside. The same thing should be there. Acharya Tulsi also has said very beautifully that we should have the same thing from the outside as we are showing from inside, also same thing. If both things are different, we are never going to succeed in our life. So whatever we are inside, it should be outside, and whatever we are outside, we should be inside. We should not have the, as I have said before also, that we should not have our manipulating behavior, that person is feeling good or anything. We should be very straightforward, and our nature or behavior should be very clear. Yes. And now number 7, the secret of millionaire key 7 is flexibility. A story comes there. An old lady handed her check to a bank letter and said, I would like to withdraw $500. The female teller told her, for withdrawals less than $500, please use the ATM, ma'am. The old lady then asked why. Now the teller, yani that lady, got irritable, and the female teller told that these are the rules of our company. Please leave if there is no other matter. There is a queue behind you. She then returned the card to the old lady. Now the old lady remained silent, but she returned the check to the tailor and said, please help me withdraw all the money I have. The tailor was astonished. When she checked the account balance, she nodded her head, leaned down, and said, the old lady, my apologies, Granny. I have made a mistake. You have $3.5 billion in your account, and our bank does not have so much cash that you can have it. Could you make an appointment and come again tomorrow? Now the old lady then asked, how much am I able to withdraw now? The tailor told her, any amount up to $300,000. Now the old lady again said, okay, give me $300,000. Now what happened? The tailor, the female tailor, did so quickly and handed it to the old lady respectful. And now the old lady kept $500 in her bag and asked the teller to deposit the balance of $299,500 back into her account. And now the teller was dumbfounded. Oh my God, what she's doing? So it's the story goes on again the big, but the moral of the story is that rules are inflexible. Rules cannot be broken. But who we are human beings. We are so good that we are having so good opportunity that we have got the human being, and human being also we are born in the Jain family, and in the Jain family also every one of you are living in America, and you can listen the words, the sermons of Lord Mahavira. So we lucky, we can say. But as said, we humans can be flexible. When the situation requires us, we should not treat people based on their looks or how they are dressed. Rather, we should treat everyone with respect and never be too quickly to judge a book by its cover. Never try to do this one. So it said that be willing to do things differently, recognize what not's working, and be willing to change what you are doing to achieve your goal. Try how much flexible. If you are making any goals or anything, be flexible with them also. It's not If you are very good, hardworking, it's fine. But if your goals are making you very stressed, making you very depressed, anxiety or anything, make it little bit simpler, and with a small steps, you can reach to the higher steps. Because I think so, yeah, from the age 14 to above, I think so 14 to 20. So it's the starting age where we can get succeed in our life. So always try the small steps and you can get the bigger steps. So it's said that here's again one more story of the flexibility, the chicken and the dog and the flexibility. So it's about a chicken and a dog and a fence. The chicken and dog were happily wandering around next to a fence. One day, what happened? When food that appealed to it was placed on the other side of the fence, the chicken attempted to get the food by repeatedly pecking at the fence, apparently assuming it would eventually get through to the food. The poor chicken, what happened? Kept pecking at the fence until its beak was bloody and still it didn't get to the food. Now you see, the dog came. The dog also initially attempted to scratch through the fence but quickly realized that was not going to work. When he changed his strategy and ran along next to the fence, he soon found he was able to get around it and he reached the food easily. That dog was flexible. When faced with situations that are challenging or simply different from what you expected to do, if you want to change your life, never try to be rigid and continue to do the same things over and over again. Try to be flexible. Make your rules and regulation very good. Try to be disciplined in your life, but with others, you should be flexible. If you want flexible with yourself, first try to flexible with others. Automatically, you will be flexible with yourself also. So how can you become more flexible in your life? The step one, admit when something is not working. Think the first step is using in the key of flexibility is to admit when something is not working. The second step, embrace change. When any elder people look back on their lives, many express regrets about the opportunities they missed because they were resisting change. They don't want to get change. So you all are just growing now. So in the future, you should not have any type of thoughts, any type of work that you will regret in your 50 or in your 60. You should think that, oh, my 50 years of age, my 50 years of life was very good. If you go back in your 50 years, you are very flexible. And just I remember now, I have seen one movie. If you all have seen Anand movie, and in Anand movie, Amitabh Bachchan and Rajesh Khanna were there. Rajesh Khanna, when he was dying, he said that Amitabh Bachchan got so much successful in this age also. Why he got? Because he was so successful and he went according to the trend, what's the generation need. And I was so rigid that I was not flexible in my life, so I could not get the success. So, in the same way, if you want to get success in your life, be flexible with others, but don't be flexible with yourself. But sometimes, depending on the situation, that what you want in your life, you can think and think, in what areas of my life can I admit that some things just not going right? Attitude towards school and your homework, relationships with my family and parents, relationships with your friends, a habit I don't like but can't seem to change, a short term or long term goal I'm working towards. Wayne Dyer has very beautifully said, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So always try how much we can change ourselves. Each moment, if just you can do an experiment that 1 hour, after 1 hour, 55 minutes you do your work and 5 minutes, anything, whatever you are doing, you are watching a movie or you are in the school, in the college, anywhere you are, just 5 minutes or 3 minutes, not 5 minutes, or just 3 minutes, just close your eyes and see yourself that what the past 1 hour, what I have done, the everything I have done, it's right or wrong. That behavior made my soul very pure, or my soul has become bad? It has, what it has become. Just ponder yourself. If one week, if you do this experiment, lot of the things will become very easy in our life. Now the eighth point comes, the secret of millionaire key 8 is balance. Now imagine that you are juggling 5 balls, and each of them is representing important part of our life. Number 1 is family, health, spirit, friends, and job. 4 balls are made of glass and only one is made of rubber. We need to recognize that job is a rubber ball, while family, friends, health, and spirit are very fragile. As if you drop one of them, they will get damaged or even shattered. This understanding will help to keep the balance in your life. We should have balance in our life. If you want to live your best life, we should have very balanced full life. Many of the choices which you make every day, choices about your school, work, hobbies, sports, family, friends, health, etc., a lot of the things are there, are about balance. How much balance you can keep in everything. If you get up on a time. Sleeping time must be good. Eating time must be good. Each time we should have balance. For example, if you are watching the TV or Netflix or anything, it's continuously watching. You don't know how much time must spend. Just have the balance in everything. If we are balanced, we can become we can become the great person, and we can become the millionaire in our life. So, balance is not about rigidly devoting equal time to everything that matters to us, and it's not about totally immersing ourselves in one area of our lives to the exclusion of all others. Balance is about considering everything that meaningful and important to us. We make choices about how we spend our time and energy. When we find the right balance, what will happen in our life? When we find the right balance, we are happy, healthy, productive, and fulfilled. So always create a balance in your life. So there comes a story. A professor of philosophy came into the class. He brought some items with him and put them on the table. When the class began, he took a large transparent empty jar and started to fill it with rather massive stones. Then the professor asked a student, "Is the jar full?" They confirmed that it was. Now the professor picked up a box of small pebbles, poured them into the jar, and shook it so the pebbles filled the open areas between the rocks. He asked once again, "Is the jar full?" They agreed it was. Again he brought the bucket of sand. He put it in the jar. Again he asked, "Yes." Now said the professor, "I want you to see that this jar is just like your life. The stones are most important things, your main values. See, the most important things in our life is family, health, and morality. If family, health, and morality is good, we will be ever happy. And the peoples are other things that matter, your job, house, car, anything materialistic thing. The sand represents the small, small steps. So if you put the sand into the jar first, there would be no place left for pebbles in the large stones. Therefore, pay most of your attention to the things that are most important things in your life. Spend enough time with your family, take care of your health, and don't forget to develop spirituality. I don't know how many of you are doing Samai or anything, but you can try one thing before sleep. What you can do, just have the habit of tyag. That after, I don't think so any one of you get up and eat or drink anything in the night. What you can do, just before sleeping, I have tyag from night 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock. I'm not going to anything. I have tyag. So the small, small tyag, whole day also the people don't eat, 1 hour tyag you can do. So this, we can develop our spirituality this way. So these are the things that really matters. So you can check your priorities daily, that how much balanced full life I am living. If my, in what areas of my life I need more balance, just think that how much I spend my time with the family, friends, sport, hobby, or anything it can be. Ask yourself, Do I often compare myself to others? In what areas of my life do this, school, sports, anything? So Stephen Hall has said, you do have choices about how you spend your time. It's about you. Balancing what you need to do, what you want to do, can lead to happiness and success. The more happy, if you want happiness, there must be more balance in your life. Just make your life balance. It's not be equally everything. Give the priority which is more important and make your life more happy. So, if we go back to the reflections, we have discussed to become a millionaire, the secret of the millionaire mind. The first thing we discussed what was that this is it. Have you noticed changes in your life from keeping a positive attitude and focusing on now? What are some specific changes you have become aware of? Number two, we have discussed about the ownership. We have to take responsibility of our life, not to blame to others. Number third point we have taken, speak with good purpose. If you want a good relationship, start to think before you speak and choose your words carefully, who and how. Number four key is commitment. Has your knowledge, new knowledge about commitment and take positive actions. And what's your next goal? And be committed. The words you said, the thing you made commitment, you should fulfill it. Number fifth point comes failures leads to success. How do you think about your failure? Just think, get the feedback, learn from your mistakes, then you can get the succeed from your life. And the sixth point comes integrity. Honesty is very important. Just think that my honesty is in words, in my body language, in my tone, everything there is an honesty. Seventh point comes flexibility. What has changed in your life when you have been willing to change? You can ask yourself, what's an example you can give the flexible, and you can become more and more flexible in your life. The eighth point comes last, and it's the more important point is balance. When you have made positive choices about your priorities, you can have the best relationship, you can keep balance in your life. Everything should be balanced in your life. So, committing to these eight principles is both exciting and challenging, also. So, if you commit, if you follow these eight things in your life, it will be, you can make your life more better and better. And the eight keys of secrets of millionaire is you came to know they are your path to personal growth and success. The keys encompass basic principles that most of us already know to be right. I hope that all of you understood the secrets of the millionaire mind. If we follow these eight things, we can make our life very beautiful. And I think so, two things. I don't say that all the eight things you do. Take two from today. What we can have little bit spiritual life. Like before sleeping, take tyag. That before 10, after 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock, I will not eat at night. Just take tyag, and I think so every one of you know how to take the tyag also. Whole day you don't eat. Take 1 hour of tyag you can take, and how much good words, good commitments we can keep to ourselves, and that's all. Om Arham. And now, if you all have any questions, you can ask me. Do you have any questions, or should I do Mangal part? No? Okay, fine. You can unmute yourself and you can ask. Okay, so Mangal part. चत्तारि मंगलम अर्हंता मंगलम सिद्धा मंगलम साहू मंगलम केवली पन्नतो धम्मो मंगलम चत्तारि लघुत्तमा अर्हंता लघुत्तमा सिद्धा लघुत्तमा साहू लघुत्तमा केवली पन्नतो धम्मो लघुत्तमा चत्तारि शरणं पवजामि अर्हन्ते शरणं पवजामि सिद्धे शरणं पवजामि साहू शरणं पवजामि केवली पन्नतम धम्मो शरणं पवजामि. ओम अर्हं.
Fundamental. वंदामिनम सामी जी।
Mhm.
Guys, do not forget to join tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Okay.
Okay.
Vandami Navasami Samani ji.
Vandami Navasami.
Vandami Navasami Samani ji.
Mhm.
Nami, thank you very much.
हाँ देवा।
ठीक है, धन्यवाद।
अच्छा क्या प्रोग्राम, वेलकम प्रोग्राम बढ़िया लगा।
हाँ, बड़ा अच्छा लगा। सब समणी जी को एक साथ में ग्रुप पे देख के बहुत आनंद हो गया।
अच्छा लगा।
ठीक है,
ओके,
थैंक यू।